Hello, my stamping friends. I am here to share a fun project with you today. We are going to play with circles. Yes, circles. You need lots of different size circles. So if you have circle punches or layering circle dies, you're going to love this project. It's also great for using up some of those scraps. Now, quickly, before we dive right into our project today, just a quick reminder, there will be a link in the video description that will take you to a blog post. And on that blog post, I will have a list of all the supplies I used, all the colors I used, as well as all the recipe, the cutting dimensions and everything, so that you can make the card that I'm sharing with you today. Now remember, any size circles will work. You just need to have a variety of sizes. So that's what this project's all about. Now, also, when you're over there on the blog post, if you would like a Stampin' Up! Catalog, because you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you can request one, and I'd love to be your demonstrator. And you can order any of the products that I see today through my Stampin' Up! Store, and I truly appreciate it if you select me to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So also check out my frequent shopper rewards. That's over there too. So everything's over there. Just follow the link and you'll get all that information, because I don't want to go on and on and on about it here. I want to get to making this fun circle card. So let's flip the camera down and let's get to work. For this card, you're going to need 4 different sizes of circles. Now, I cut all of mine using the circle dies, the layering circle dies, and I started with the smallest and just went one size up on each one of them. You could certainly start with, could have started with this one and gotten bigger as you went. Actually, I have a couple other samples. I'll show you where I use bigger ones. Or use your circle punches. It doesn't matter. You just want 4 different sizes of circles. And then, first thing we're going to do is take our paper trimmer, and we need to cut each one of these circles in half. Now, I found the easiest way to do this is on the paper trimmer, you can kind of roughly see by using the guides on both sides of your cutting line for the approximate middle. If you're a little bit off, it's not going to make any difference at all. And for that matter, you really could even cut these with the scissors, because, that one's really off, but it's going to be okay. I'm just kind of like here, we're going to go in between, kind of centered the best we can between the 2 1-inch marks. Boy, I'm really off on these. Can't get it out of there. But like if you do a scissors too, just kind of eyeball guess the center of it and you'll be good to go. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is glue these circles together. Now, the key on this particular design that I'm going to share with you is we need to glue them opposite. And by that, I mean, we're going to start with our big, and we will take the next size down, okay? And I'm just lining it up on the edge there, and I'm pushing it all the way over to that left-hand side. Now, we're going to take that same one, our Granny Apple Green here, and we're going to push it all the way over to the right side, okay? So we're that way and then that way. And then we will do the exact same thing, just going a little bit bigger in the circle each time. So we're going all the way to the left, and then this one will go all the way to the right. And this is part of the reasons I like this liquid adhesive, because I can easily slide it right into place where I want it. And then let's do this one, and we're going to push that all the way to the left. I think you got the hint here, right? Now, I'm going to show you a couple other examples where you get a completely different look if you layer these circles a little bit differently, which you'll see here in a second. So there are our 2 circle pieces. I want to set those aside for just a little bit, because I want to kind of jump around here and do our greeting first, because then we're just ready to put our card together. So for this, I'm using the Big Hooray stamp set and the Thanks. This is probably one of my favorite stamps right now. I've been using it a lot. We're going to emboss white powder on black cardstock. So to use that, I like to use my embossing buddy first, tap it a couple of times and smear that powder away. That will ensure that you don't get little specks of embossing powder where you don't want them. And then we'll take our stamp, make sure you ink it up really good with that Versamark pad. And I am going to stamp right down here along the edge, hold it there for a second. Make sure that ink transfers really good on the bottom. Can't really see it. And then we can take our little embossing tray here and our white powder, and we will just pour that all over and tap off the excess. So you can see how that just sticks on there super nice. Now, this tray, this comes as part of a little embossing kit where you get the tray, the embossing buddy, and this great little brush, because now we can just scoop it right through that little funnel hole there, right back into our jar. And that's how we keep using our powder. So we'll set that aside. Now, our next step when we're embossing is to heat this up with the heat tool. Now, when you first use it, if you haven't used it in a while, you want to make sure it kind of gets warmed up. And then we just start moving it around on here. Not too close, not too far. You can see how I'm constantly moving that heat. And you'll see at one point here, all of a sudden it'll start getting super shiny, and that will mean that powder is melting. So let's just get it going. And once it starts up there, see up at the top of the T, it's getting shiny, and it's gonna go pretty fast now. As I keep moving this heat source, it's gonna just keep moving out here. Keep moving it around, and it's melting, and it's melting, and it's almost done. So let's get, there we go, we're all melted. Now, the key to being successful in your embossing is as that melts, notice once it was melted, I just kept moving my heat source. If you hold that heat on it for too long, it will actually get overdone, and it'll kind of get flattened out and not so nice. You could even burn it and have a little tan hinge to it. So make sure you move that heat source as soon as it melts. And now we're gonna just stick this in here in our trimmer and trim that down. And let's see, I want this to be not super tight on those sides. Hopefully I didn't cut that too small there. So there is our greeting. All right, let's put our card together. So to put our card together, I have a piece of basic white, and I have already embossed this with the time-worn 3D folder, just to give it a little bit more texture. And we'll put some adhesive on the back here and layer that on there, just like so. And now for our circles, what we're going to do is put one going that direction and one going this direction. So you'll see why it was important that when we set these up, that one went to the left, that one went to the right. And now we can put them together. Now you could put them together like so, but what I'm doing is spreading them out. Actually, if you, as I said that, I'm like, there, you wouldn't have even had to cut them in half. I'm spreading them out so we get some off that way and some off that way. And I also want to have a little bit of a gap in there because I want our thanks to fit where we see all of that. If I put these like too close to each other, you don't get much color. So I found the easiest way to do this is, we're going to use dimensionals. Start with that top one. Let's see, we'll put dimensionals down here. And I'm going to go ahead and decide, okay, if this is about in the middle, I want this one to be a little bit in from the end, and we're just going to stick it down. And then we can go ahead and just kind of make believe here. If this was right at the bottom, so we see lots of color, we're going to go ahead and stick that one down, oh, about right there, like so. So then when I put this over the center, you can see kind of the swirl action of those circles going. Now to stick this one down, we need to put a dimensional up there and then one down towards the bottom out at this end. I'm trying to make sure that these dimensionals lie where they're going to hit that white instead of up on the circle, because then it'll get super lopsided. And we can just stick that like so. Isn't that fun looking? And so, so easy. And then we can just take this and we'll put it onto a piece of basic white to finish off our card. And that's how easy it is to have fun playing around with circles. Now let me show you a couple other ideas. First, I made this little chart here, and you can see this is what we did. You know, when we stacked them, we moved everything to the left and to the right, which gave us this fun look. Now you could also stack these up and push them all to the left. or all to the right, but do them exactly the same. And then I want to show that when you put these together on a card, you can see what a different look you get. Because this is all in the center, it does give you a completely different look. You can see kind of the bigger parts are going out to the ends, where here on this top one, the bigger part's going out that way. You know, they're kind of opposite. So it's just a matter of playing and getting different looks. And then with this one, these are pretty big circles. I think I skipped and did like every other size on that one. But when I put those together, I actually stuck it together as a circle. But since I cut them in half and layered everything over to the left, when I turned it around to make a circle, you kind of have this fun wave going through there. And then I was able to actually layer that onto a basic white circle to hold it all together. I didn't glue these in here, but you can see on the inside, and I'll have pictures of these on the website. I just brought some of that color to the inside. Here, the same thing. I just added some more circles on the inside just to keep that circle theme going. And I think I have one more to share with you here. Here's another version, just like what I did today, only using different colors. And you'll see when I open that one up, I have some circles on the inside as well. Now, these 3 cards, some of you might have seen, I did share these at a retreat, one of our Stampin' Up! Retreats quite a while ago. This was one of the fun projects I shared. So you may have seen those previously. So for today, this is our card. I hope you've enjoyed this project, and I hope you give playing with circles a try. I think you'll have fun just cutting a bunch of circles, mix and match them, cut them, and then look at different ways to put them together to make a quick and easy card. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, as always, reach out to us or leave us a comment. And if you enjoyed this project and this video, please share it with your stamping friends. And also, you know, give me some love. You know, click that heart button and let us know that you like the project. So thanks for watching, and we'll be stamping again real soon. Have a stamp happy day.